Welcome, friends and fellow adventurers, to the 43rd campaign episode of Cocked, a Real Play RPG podcast. A few quick announcements. 1. We have launched the giveaway, which is hosted on Instagram. If you have not followed the show or our cast, check out the episode description for links. The giveaway does have some rules, which are included in the original post and can be found on the show's Instagram as well as my own. The winner will be able to choose between 5 models created by myself using Titancraft. A huge thank you to the Titancraft team who agreed to sponsor the giveaway for the show. Please see the episode description for a link to their site. The giveaway winner will be chosen and announced on September 12th when we release our 1-year anniversary episode. Also, my beautiful wife and I will be attending ReaperCon this year over Labor Day weekend and passing out ribbons. Stop by and say hi. We may or may not have some extra ribbons left over from last year, so we may be bringing 2. Last thing, I'm excited to announce that I have chosen to become an affiliate with Chronicle Cards or @Chronicle RPGs on Instagram. I personally use the wolf hair brushes as well as their Kalinsky Sable line to paint. If you would like to check them out, there is a 20% off coupon in the episode description below. They also have a new Kickstarter coming out soon for Teclon Tiger dry brushes. And now, without further delay, we resume with the party as Pukk has just lit his flaming tongue sword and Aegard used erupting earth to enhance the perception of Pukk and his skills. Almost simultaneously, Aegard casts erupting earth, and it looks as though, as he lit the fire from his sword, the ground erupts underneath the hobgoblins.
Pukk just looks like a demigod.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's kind of what Aegard would want to do.
And
when Aegard does it, you see him, he reached in one of his pouches, and he pulled out a small piece of obsidian, and whispered into it, and basically it looked like he threw it out towards the area,
right.
And it turns into dust, and it leaves his hand. Okay. And then that triggers erupting earth.
Right. So I rolled an 18 plus 2 for intimidation, so he has a 20 for intimidation. Mm-hmm. So at this point, the hobgoblins that are there, other than the ones that are engaged, you see the 10 from the erupting earth fly. They don't make it. They perish as they land.
Oh.
They were caught by surprise and launched around. Some of them, their own weapons are what ended up killing them as they were pulling them out. The other hobgoblins that haven't been engaged yet or haven't engaged in the fight immediately begin to turn and head towards the opposite side where the crystal is. But you see at least the first 4 that get to the door are running through a pathway that's up there. They are leaving through that.
Okay.
Does Kadie want to do anything before we get in turn order? Maybe you guys all want to action as he stepped out and did that. Kind of like a surprise round.
But Brakka hasn't done anything yet?
Brakka's like currently making a potion.
Just making a potion.
Yeah, he's about to cast a spell.
Does it seem like we're not near the crystal, right? You said it was 40 feet away from us.
Yeah, it's about 40 feet away from me.
Does it seem like there is a crowd between us and the crystal?
There were. They are
dispersed. Is it a beeline effect?
You have a straight line to where you could get around the goblins and hobgoblins that are there without probably attracting their attention because they're fighting each other or retreating. None of the goblins have gone against another goblin. They are all... Everybody that was in there is rising up with Pukk and pushing into the hobgoblins.
Where are the wargs at? Those things. Those, dog creatures, man. Those things are going to come down.
Brakka, give me your bag.
Okay.
And I'll take his bag if I can and then double move.
Brakka will hand you the cloth thing as well.
Oh,
so
okay.
You can safely...
I didn't know you had that.
Yeah.
Sorry. I thought Aegard did, so.
I'm going to say you're able to take the bag. You wouldn't be able to double move this time, but you would get within 10 feet of the crystal, and you're making your way. You're on your way there, and there is nobody in between you and the crystal right now.
Okay.
And I rolled a 3 for the other hobgoblins that are left. They don't see you at all. They're more worried about the goblins attacking them and the people retreating and trying to figure out what they're doing in their life than they are the crystal.
Okay.
How many paths? So the hobgoblins that are running, are they running through like multiple paths to exit, or are they just running?
They're running through one path. They're running straight past that crystal and headed up. The 4 that you have seen, and it's at this point we're going to get in turn order.
Okay. Damn it! Can't do anything.
18 for Aegard.
5.
Well, Pukk fittingly rolled a natural 20.
Nice.
And when I rolled for the hobgoblins, I rolled a 3. So
Hey, look.
they're pretty on their heels right now.
Oh, wait, did any of them not? I didn't roll for the damage.
None of the 10 that got hit with that survived. They were taken.
All of them.
Yeah, they were taken by surprise, and they slammed into the walls. Some of them came down and landed on it, their own weapons. Yeah, they were pretty messed up.
Great. Aegard, in this state of mind, murdered 10 hobgoblins all at once.
Hey, look. Put a reason behind it. There you go.
Yeah, they're ugly.
20.
Um,
So what did Agar roll?
17 for Aegard.
17. And is that that's with your modifiers, right?
Yeah.
Pukk got a 25. Goblins roll 3 plus 1, so 4. And I'm going to move them as a group. Let me roll for the goblins real quick. Oh my gosh, I rolled another natural 20.
Oh,
I like
Aegard
these.
hopes the Hags here.
I like these new dice. Brakka, what did you get?
5.
5.
Mhm.
Is your AC still 13?
Yeah,
Your dex still 14?
I believe so.
Man, where's
Yeah.
armor?
And what
I
are
am.
your
I'm wearing the magic armor, the displacement armor.
what are your hit points?
36.
36. Aegard, what are yours?
61.
61 and still 16 AC and 17 dex.
17 AC now.
17
With that new
AC
armor.
now?
The
Oh,
new
that's
armor
right.
was lighter than the armor I had, but my AC went up by 1.
Nice.
Yeah. But alright.
And
And not because of the armor, just because of the type of armor. That was
Right.
strange.
And then Kadie, what did you roll?
16.
16. And is your AC
13.
13, dex 16, and what's your max hit points?
50.
50.
You have tough, don't you? Yeah, awesome.
I only picked it up first.
Yeah. It's a really damn good feat.
So, Pukk goes first. You see this giant Pukk. He's about 10 feet tall. As soon as he activated the rune, it was Giant's Might, so he grew to be about 10 feet tall while he was giving a speech, so he's a little bit taller than Aegard is now. And he immediately sprints into the fray and just swipes at one of the hobgoblins in front of him.
He has his flame tongue out yet now?
Yep.
Is it lit?
He lit it.
Oh,
and
so I
that's,
can see a lot then.
yeah,
Big old
and that's
sunset.
as soon as he lit it. That's when you cast Erupt Earth, and so it looked
Right.
almost as though he
Okay.
did that. Plus 8 to hit. He has 2, so he swings into the crowd of hobgoblins. He misses over the top with both slices as he cuts through, and you see as they kind of duck out of the way, and you can hear the hobgoblins kind of conversing amongst each other, and 2 more from that group begin to sprint and run towards that same door that all of them are headed towards. But again, they're turning to sprint. They don't actually move yet because it's not their turn. The group of goblins pushes in further on the hobgoblin group. And they hit and collectively do damage to the group of hobgoblins that are there as they begin to lose ground and slide backwards a little. And Aegard, you are up.
Is there anyone heading towards the stone?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
it's all just started. It's bouncing back and forth. So a lot of them are either retreating or trying to engage the goblins.
Okay, Aegard is going to look off to the side. Brakka, Kadie, I'm going to bring some friends along with us.
Well, it's really just me saying that Kadie ran off to get the...
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I missed that.
It's okay. I'm 30 feet away from you towards the stone.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Well, then he yells it out to where Kadie would hear.
Okay.
Do not be alarmed, Kadie. Some multi-legged friends are joining us. And he casts Conjure Animals.
Okay.
I can cast 2 level 1 creatures.
Do you have to roll on your table?
Or do...
Oh, shit.
14.
You good?
Yeah.
Never mind.
So he conjures 2 giant spiders.
Ooh, okay. Okay.
And,
Oh my god,
and
really?
They immediately come up to Aegard because he conjured them. And he says, I will look like you. Follow me. Do not harm any goblins. Only hobgoblins. I guess they give us some
Yeah,
sort of, like,
they understand you.
all their
so-
eyes go. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And then that was my action.
Okay.
Bonus action. Aegard is going to wild shape into also a giant spider.
I'm going to say
This will-
because you're using it's still magic on this turn, that first roll we're good.
We're good?
'Cause
Okay.
that would be like for the whole use of magic for that turn. Your
So Aegard
confidence.
then changes into a giant. So there's 3 giant spiders.
Okay.
And then they immediately, all 3 of us just rush towards the battle.
begin moving. I'm going to say you can get right behind the goblins and get ready to essentially next turn you guys would leap over the goblins and land on top of some of the hobgoblins in your attack.
I like it.
Okay.
That's it. Do we run right past Kadie?
Jeez
So,
Louise.
so Kadie is basically like going up the wall around,
yeah.
and you guys are headed in a straight line. So you will pass her,
Mm.
but it's about 20 feet to the left of her. She
She's
should
just-
see it out of the
she's
corner
heard-
of her eye.
Before, now she just hears.
Oh god.
The best.
And Kadie, you're up.
Alright. I'm gonna move towards the stone.
Okay.
And
You're only about 10 feet away, so you can get up to the stone.
yeah, try to use the cloth and maneuver it into the bag.
How are you doing that with the bag? How are you getting it into the bag? Are you setting the bag on the ground? Are you putting the bag over
I
to
feel
begin
yeah,
with?
I feel
How
like
are you
if I
doing it?
could, I'll use the cloth to push this crystal on its side and put the bag open on the ground and then use the cloth on the back to push it in.
Roll, at least for this, roll a dexterity check. Actually, roll a stealth, because that's dex.
My bag gets ripped. I'm gonna be so...
10.
10. You're not necessarily discreet. You make noise as the crystal kind of thuds and then begins to slide across as you're putting it in the bag. And one of the hobgoblins kind of in the back of the group turns and looks and sees you.
Of course they do. Okay, am I able to still like get it in the bag
Yep,
though?
you got it. You've slid it in the bag.
Okay.
You have all that. They just noticed it. That was all.
Would any of us notice this happening?
Not immediately.
Okay.
So I want to secure the bag on me.
Okay.
I'm nervous to do that though.
As the terror.
I see the
between
evil
space and
gleam in
time.
his eye when I said that, you know? So it made me pause.
As the bag tears. You
Because
sucked it. No, I'm
Technically, well, no, never mind. Go. All right.
You got it on the side.
Yeah, but like securely.
Yep. You're able to secure it to your side.
And then I will start heading back towards Brakka.
Okay. You move about 20 feet back in that direction. So you've got about 20 feet before you get to Brakka now.
Yeah.
And then Brakka, you're up.
So how far away is the so is there only one exit in the way we came and then the hobgoblins?
There's only one for there's 3 going in and out of here other than the secret little passageway you guys took.
Right.
But the way that the goblins are situated and haven't approached the hobgoblins, there's only one exit for
one
them.
accessible.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so they're sprinting out there. You've seen 4 run past, and it looks like 2 are getting ready to make a break for it too.
Okay. How far away is it?
It's about, I'd say about 60 feet from where you are
Exactly
now.
the range I need. Brakka's gonna
Perfect.
he's gonna make the same like brown concoction
Mhm.
in a vial and lob a vial of grease over there.
Okay.
How wide
Okay.
is the exit?
It's about it. I mean, it's bigger than the way that you guys brought in here or came in here, but it's still only about 5 feet wide and about, I'd say it's probably like 8 or 9 feet tall.
Okay, so he'll essentially throw it far enough to the point where it like the vial shatters on like the first like 5 feet and then goes inward another
Okay.
5 feet.
Yep. So the first 10 feet of
Yeah.
it are just covered in grease.
Yeah.
Does Brakka yell Kobe when he does it?
You know, I don't know. Not this time.
Not this time.
Kobe!
Not this time.
And now it is the hobgoblin's turn. So
They're dying so fast. Until...
what is the save on the grease?
16 dex.
16 dex. So the first one hits it and slips and falls at the front. The second one sees what happened and jumps over the top and lands on the other side and slides and then sprints down the tunnel. I rolled a 19 for him. And sprints down the tunnel. The other one is now effectively blocking the exit for most, unless they are able to jump over him and keep going. And he is laying flat at the moment. He will stay there. The other hobgoblins will push in towards the goblins, trying to fight them off. That is not going to hit. So they swing wildly, and you can kind of see some of the goblins ducking underneath it, and they don't seem to be taking a lot of damage. It seems like the element of surprise has worked in their favor here, as Pukk then steps to the front of the line now, and basically swings down, trying to come across where their actual abdomens and everything are, rather than the first swing was kind of head level, and they were able to duck, so now he's going a little lower.
Yeah.
Okay, I rolled a 15 and a 13, and it's plus 8, so I think they both hit. Yes, 1d6 plus 5 plus 2d6. Holy cow, because it's flaming. So 3d6 plus 5 for each hit.
Jeez.
I know, man, flame tongue.
Yeah.
It's 18 for the first hit. 16 for the next one. So what's that? 32?
Yeah.
34.
Sure. 100.
The higher one.
So you see as the blade comes through, you can see as some of the hobgoblins fly out of the pile and like smash against the wall and fall lifeless as Pukk just swings through both attacks. And the goblins continue to push on. The hobgoblins are losing ground. They are moving another 10 feet towards that exit, so they're about 30 feet from the exit now, as the whole group is just kind of blocking them, and some of the goblins begin to try to flank to keep them from being able to get out.
Is Pukk dual wielding?
No, but he gets 2 attacks. He only has 1. But he gets 2 attacks per action because he's a
I
fighter.
don't know why that just clicked.
So I rolled a 15 for, rather than attack, I rolled for them to kind of maneuver and more pin them in, and they've got it to where now the hobgoblins really don't have any escape. They're not going to be able to get to the door. They have cut them off from that effectively.
Right.
And Aegard, you and your spider
My
friends
spider
are
friends.
up.
Yep. Aegard's spider friends are going to attack the nearest hobgoblins.
Okay.
Okay.
Roll for each one to attack.
Yep. It's that is a 26.
Yep.
Ooh, an 11.
Nope.
And a 22.
Yep.
So 2 hits.
2 hit.
It's going to be 1d8 plus 3 piercing damage for each one. So let's roll with these. So that is 10 piercing for 1 and 8 piercing for the other.
Plus 18.
And both will need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, I'm just going to roll it for the group.
Yep.
I rolled an 18.
Yeah. So they take half of poison damage.
Okay. So they take half poison damage,
So,
which is
9 poison damage.
9?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
And Kadie, are you just headed straight back to the path you guys came through, or are you looking at what's going on?
No, I don't think that she's really paying. Her focus was the crystal, and then she's just trying to get the bag back to Brakka right now.
Okay.
So it's her focus. So if it's my turn,
Yep. Kadie, you're up.
I would continue to head to Brakka to make sure to give him the bag.
Okay, you can move the extra 20 feet. You are... I'm assuming you were at the...
Yeah,
Brakka was at the
So-
front of the room, right?
Mm.
So, Kadie, you're able to hand him the bag.
Brakka, I got the crystal, so here, I don't know if you have somewhere that you'd like to keep this safe.
I mean, I'll think of something.
Is this really our fight? Should we stay here for this, or?
Well, Pukk seems to want to kill all the hobgoblins. Because that's what it looks like, right?
I mean, yeah, he's just trying to... Anybody who is against him, he is taking out to try to send a message.
Yeah, that's what he had told us, that anybody who didn't join him.
I think after Brakka would say that to Kadie, like, she would then finally, like, kind of look out and observe and take in what's happening with the room.
Yeah. How about for now, because I don't know for certain if something is going to enter from the path we took, like the hag, for example. But you could guard this. You could just guard this passageway, and if anything comes near us, just I'll help you deal with it.
Have I already... Would giving him the bag back be my action then for the... Or could I hold an action?
I'm going to give you that as a bonus action to be able to pass the bag, because you're both accepting and receiving. I'm going to say those are more bonus actions, and I'll give you an action.
Okay, so...
I will say, before you tell, because you did say you looked out, you now see Pukk as a giant goblin with a scimitar that you guys had seen before. And you do see... That was me, I punched this.
Oh, okay.
You do see 3 spiders now in the fray, too, that look like they're attacking the hobgoblins. And one of them is oddly colored, similar to Aegard, which you have seen this
Well, he
before.
had yelled out to
Yeah, I heard him.
Yeah.
He had talked about that. I
But
don't
now-
know if it registered, but
Now
you know.
it's
Sure.
now it's registering,
Yeah.
it's sinking in. And now, what would you like to do?
So Kadie kind of just stands in an awe moment, like she just not like oh my god, look at everything that's happening. This is so amazing.
but look how cute they are.
No, more like a holy fuck. What what has happened in the little bit of time that I went to go grab this crystal? And she's just tired of fighting. But with what Brakka had said, she will just stay where she is, watching where we came in from, and ready in action with her axe, that if something hostile comes through, then she will attack it with her chromatic axe.
So you guys are standing at the front of the secret passageway, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Brakka is gonna say to Kadie before she stands guard at the door, just say, "Draconic, find your peace. It'll be okay. We'll get through it."
I can't say that to Kadie right now.
Roll another Constitution check. Kadie has a nosebleed as she's holding that case.
Right.
Well, with that, Brakka, you are up.
I don't really know what to do, to be honest. Does it look like, for the most part, that Pukk and the other goblins and Aegard have like the situation handled? Because like they're pretty,
yeah.
pretty much corralling or like pincering all them in.
The hobgoblins are cornered, they're pinned, they have no way out, and you see the goblins are... It's a little scary. It seems like they're taking out rage of being oppressed by these hobgoblins for a while now. And it seems like, if you got in the middle of it, you don't want to be in the middle of it. You want to be on the goblin side right now.
Yeah. Okay. Brakka is just gonna... I don't even know what to do, to be honest. Face the hallway that Kadie's facing. And just, I guess, prepare... If I see anything like hostile coming down the hallway, just prepare like a firebolt to launch at it.
Okay. Grease lasts for 1 minute, right?
Yeah.
So this is 2 rounds of it being down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or, yeah, never mind. Yeah, I was going to do something else. Never mind.
So the hobgoblins are cornered, and they are lashing out, and I'm going to give them basically what barbarians have for their reckless attack. I'm going to give them advantage, but anything attacking them also has advantage back, because they are cornered and just...
Attacking with reckless abandon.
Yeah, they're recklessly trying to make a hole in the goblins that they could try to get out towards the door.
Yeah.
The dice said no. I rolled a 7 and a 10. They don't hit with their attack as they lash out at the front line. The goblins are able to get their shields up and block and continue to push them further back. And Pukk is up, and he's going to do the same thing. He's just angry and swinging through. I rolled an 18 and a 19 with my modifiers.
Right.
I believe... Yep, beats it. So, again, 3d6. Holy crap, I rolled 2 5s and a 6 for that. Plus 5, so 21 for that. Yeah, man, Flame Tongue Scimitars are insane. Oh, then I rolled 2 1s and a 2, so 9. So 30 points of damage right there with those 2 attacks. So you see as more hobgoblins go flying and perish.
How many more left?
At this point, there's only 2 left alive standing there trying to fight.
Right.
And the goblins are up. They're not going to stop. They do not hit, but they are able to keep them in place. So the hobgoblins don't make any ground or any holes, but they also don't get pushed back at all. There's just 2 as you guys are kind of cornering them in to the wall. They've got about 10 feet behind them to the wall, but there are kind of goblins flanking them to where they can't go anywhere other than backwards towards the wall.
Right.
And Aegard, you are up.
Well, there were 3 in front of Aegard and his spider guns.
They've dropped.
Oh, they're all dead too?
Not all of them. There's still 2 there.
There's still 2 there, okay.
There's still 2 there, yeah.
So, Spider Aegard and Conjured Spider 1 are going to attack one of them. And then the other spider's going to attack. But we have advantage on all of it, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, because they recklessly attack back.
Let's see. That is a 21 for the first one.
Yep.
That is a 16 for the next one.
That one doesn't hit.
It doesn't hit. Okay,
Nope.
wow. Well, that was the second spider biting the
Right.
So
this is
the solo spider biting the one guy. That is a 24.
so both of the hobgoblins are getting hit.
Yeah.
So roll damage for the first one, and then the second one, let me know.
Yep. So the first one is going to be 11 piercing.
Okay.
The next one is going to be 9 piercing.
They both fall. The the hobgoblins that were in this room have been neutralized. The goblins all kind of stand there and look around. Before we move on, though, Kadie, you are up next. There are no hostile hobgoblins any longer up.
Okay.
You are standing at the entrance to the secret passageway. Go ahead and make a perception check.
It's a nat 20.
So, with your nat 20,
Yes.
you're looking down the secret passage hallway, but you begin to pick up a sound that isn't in front of you. As you stop and listen, it's from the left of you, if you're facing down that tunnel, almost like it's coming from the tunnel that was near the crystal that you took. So you can hear what sounds like footsteps approaching, and quite a bit, from the tunnel that the hobgoblins had fled through. With your nat 20, you'd be able to pick it up.
So across the way?
Yes.
The tunnel my grease is on, right?
Yep. Yep, the tunnel the grease is on.
I think it's the wards, right? Probably, if there's a lot of footsteps.
So I'll just, I guess, kind of yell out, "We might have incoming. I hear footsteps."
Look, hidden footprints.
And I'll let you guys know that it's in the tunnel that's on the other side.
Okay.
Do you want to move from where you are, or are you staying facing that tunnel just to make sure there's nothing there?
I'm going to stay where I am.
Okay, awesome. Brakka, you are up.
I mean,
Kadie just let you know that she can hear the sounds of footprints. Of footsteps. It's because I said that
I
stupid
hear
line.
footprints.
Well, no, Diablo 3, the most annoying thing is that lady. Look, hidden footprints. And you have to fucking follow her, and she says it like 10 times before she gets where you're going. Anyways. Brakka, you are able to understand when Kadie said, hey, there's footsteps coming from 60 feet away. Do you want to move towards that to investigate further? Or are you staying with Kadie?
it's just across the way, right?
Yeah, it's about 60 feet away from you.
And so, okay, to ask, because I don't think I did. How many goblins are there?
Make a perception check.
It's a 5.
A 5? I mean, there's anywhere between 20 to 40 goblins that you can see in this room.
Brakka's gonna say to Kadie, unless it's some very, very dangerous threat, I don't think it's anything that the force that's currently in the room can't handle. So, you should for now just stay vigilant here. I'm gonna be right here too.
Okay.
I'm not gonna jump in the dog pile of people
No, I
over there.
wouldn't want you to.
But Brakka will, instead of this time like watching like the tunnel, he'll kind of just be he's not gonna move at all, but he's just kind of position himself like horizontally so that he can see like the tunnel and like the right, like he can just turn to the left and see the tunnel and see like everything else in the cavern to the right.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess just again, if anything hostile comes towards him, like starts coming towards him, he'll just firebolt it.
Pukk looks around and sees that the hobgoblins are no longer a threat, that they have all been taken care of or fled. And he turns to the group of goblins and says, go, find our brothers and let them know that it has begun. We need to turn against these hobgoblins and the hags. And you see as most of the goblins that were there disappear into the 2 tunnels that they had basically behind them. They disappear and they begin to go, and you can hear footsteps going in that direction as they go out. And as a small group starts to leave, Puck's like, no, you 4, stay here. Come here, just in case. I hear footsteps. And Kadie shouted them out to everybody, so come here. We need to get defensive positions and make sure whoever comes in is not a threat. And they begin to kind of position themselves facing that way. And the goblins move with Pukk to look into that hallway. And then Aegard, you are up.
So Aegard's going to turn to his 2 spider friends and, talking spider. And you're going to see the 3 of them. You'll see the 3 of them rush towards the door, and you can climb up on the wall to where there's 2 on either side of the doorway,
Mhm.
and then Aegard will put himself above the doorway.
Okay.
So with the doorway, and to where they can't. I mean, they're like
Right.
on the thing, but they're like
They
kind
can't
of,
be seen. They're
right unless
they're
someone
like-
comes through.
Right. They have to walk into the room to see them.
Right.
They're not, peering around the corner.
Yeah, and actually, the 2 on the bottom have their booties facing the door.
Okay. They have their web shooters facing the door.
To be technical, yes. Yeah,
Gotcha.
Their Andrew Garfields are facing the door.
So, Kadie, you yelled out and let them know you are now up again in this turn. You've seen Pukk send goblins into the tunnels. With a select group, they have moved over to block the entryway that you mentioned you heard sounds coming from, and then Aegard and the other 2 spiders have now basically sealed that door. Not physically sealed, but they've sealed to where if somebody comes in, they're going to be attacked by the spiders and possibly Pukk and the other goblins.
I guess I'll just still ready my action for if anything hostile comes near me or Brakka, because I'm still near you. I will attack it with my chromatic obsidian great axe.
Okay. Brakka?
Like the bad bitch I am.
So, did you mean hold an action? I'm not sure what ready an action means. Can we look it up?
Hold an action.
Can we look that up in the manual?
God.
I knew what you meant. I was going with the held action, but
I know what you meant too, but
Are the footsteps like really like obvious now since they
they're
got
getting
put
closer, and it does sound like multiple footsteps, not like one thing.
or a centaur.
out? Yeah,
Or a centaur.
Okay.
Or it could be 2 coconuts being tapped together.
Is my grease still there?
Your grease is still there for another, 30 seconds.
Okay. So like 5 more rounds. Okay. Brakka will ready in action. He'll hold firebolt and firebolt the first thing he sees, or not the first thing he sees. If he sees the party attacking something through the other entryway, he'll shoot a firebolt over there and attack what they're attacking, basically.
Okay.
By the way, much cooler in here now. Thank you.
Yeah.
Nah. Okay, so there's Pukk, 4 other goblins, and then Aegard and 2 spiders, right?
Yes, so the way the goblins are set up is there's 3 in the front, 1 dead center, and then 2 others kind of off to either side of the doorway, and then Pukk and another goblin are standing behind them, the next row. So it's 3 and then the 2 in the gaps. So they're forming almost like a line, but with 2 layers. Then the 2 spiders that aren't Aegard are on the left and right side of the doors with their booties facing in. And then Aegard is up above the door, looking down.
Mhm.
Yep, looking down.
Okay. Brakka will just hold firebolt, not like on like that area. Just if anything hostile like comes in within range of firebolt, like either through the hallway that Kadie and I are looking through, or on the other side, he'll just shoot a firebolt.
Okay. You guys hear the footsteps continue. It takes about 20 seconds, so your grease is still there for at least the first round. Everybody's kind of holding. And then all of a sudden, Pukk turns and looks in the direction of Brakka and Kadie and says, "We have incoming," as hobgoblins begin to approach the door. They're still a little ways off. Pukk is letting you know because he looked into the distance with his dark vision and could see them entering. And they get ready. Aegard up above, even though Pukk has turned, you can hear that as well.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have a little bit of preparation here. You've got about 6 seconds before they burst through the door.
Is it an actual physical door?
Well, no, just
Entryway.
the entryway.
The entryway. Okay, sorry. I just want to make sure.
The cavern entrance, I should say.
Well, hearing that, and I guess hearing them coming really close,
Mhm.
Aegard's spider is also going to turn around and face his butt straight down.
Okay.
And then yell out to the spider people.
Mm-hmm.
And basically just... How can I say this politely? They're basically gonna the area right there. There's gonna be some grease and stuff there too, but he's just basically they're gonna cover that area with web.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So all 3 spiders are gonna
Web it.
empty their web shooters.
Ooh, no, they don't empty it.
So as that happens,
Mm-hmm.
you are able to form basically a web over the doorway, and you hear as it sounds like almost the footsteps begin to stop.
Mm-hmm.
I will roll for the first one.
Also, like on the floor too, though. Like
Right.
Like I want to make sure there's at least it's going to be a little difficult for them to pass through.
Are there 2 other entryways too?
Yeah, the other goblins went in those.
Oh,
entryways.
right.
Yep.
Yeah.
I rolled a nat 20 for
Okay.
their check on the grease. So the hobgoblin that originally gets there is able to stop before hitting the web. And you hear a very similar voice that you've heard before kind of growl out, "Enough, stop." As you wait a moment, you hear what sounds like the stress of a bowstring on a bow. And as you look, as Pukk looks in and you guys are looking at the tunnel, you can see a flaming arrow pierce through the web as the web catches on fire and begins to disperse, and the grease underneath lights briefly and then disappears as the grease is disappearing for that round, and the hobgoblins begin to pour in through the door. This is where we're going to end this week's episode. The party has assisted Pukk in beginning a rebellion against the Hags and the clan of the Black Moon. After driving out the initial forces of hobgoblins, they appear to have regrouped and returned with a familiar voice leading them. Thank you, friends and fellow adventurers, for tuning in to this week's episode of Cocked, a Real Play RPG podcast. Don't forget that we do have a giveaway going on over on Instagram. The lucky winner will be able to choose between Alfred, Short, Polyphony, Pukk, or the Warden for printed models. The winner will also receive the option of having the mini primed or painted by myself. I am excited to announce that we are now affiliated with Chronicle Cards, who make all sorts of RPG accessories as well as some awesome brushes for painting. You can also take 20% off your order by using the code AWR_art20 at checkout. The coupon code is also included in the episode description. This leads us to my last point. Join us next week as we uncover who the familiar voice is booming down the tunnel. And it's at this point we're going to get in turn order.
Okay. Damn it. Can't do anything.
18 for Aegard.
5.
Okay. Just don't do the end. We're good.
Hang on. 27. There we go.
What?
Wow.
No, I'm just kidding.
What pluses do you have?
27.
Plus 7.
No, a 5. Okay. Does it look like, for the most... Okay, hang on. My voice cracked. Does it look like, for the most part... Voice cracked again. Golly.
Need some water?
I don't know.
Do you want me to...
Hey guys!